What's going on YouTube? In today's video we're doing LeetCode problem 2785 and it's titled Sort Vowels in a String. Okay, so we're doing LeetCode problem 2785 and it's titled Sort Vowels in a String, and this is a medium level question, and the explanation is we're given a zero index string S. We want to permute S to get a new string T such that all consonants remain in their original places. So basically any consonant is going to remain in the same index as it was in our original string S in our new string T. And then the vowels must be sorted in non-decreasing order of their ASCII values. So non-decreasing means ascending, and I looked this up, so basically uppercase letters come before lowercase letters. So it's asking us to sort the vowels according to their order. So the only thing that we're changing with our string is the vowels, and we need to sort those according to their non-decreasing order of their ASCII values. And the vowels, of course, are A, E, I, O, and U, and they consist of uppercase and lowercase letters. In our input, we have LeetCode here, and you can see we have 4 vowels, these 2 E's, the O, and the E. And the output is sorted, so it's either the consonants remain the same, right? But we changed some of the vowels because we sorted it according to the ASCII order. So we get the E first, and then we have the O because they're both uppercase and they come first, and then the 2 following E's. Example 2, we have lymph, and we simply return lymph because there are no vowels within lymph. Okay, so I'm in IntelliJ and I've copied over our code from LeetCode, and I'm returning S by default because if our string S doesn't have any vowels in it, then we simply just want to return S. And the first things that I want to do is create 2 array lists. One of them is going to be of type character, and this is going to store all of our vowels within S. So I'll call it our vowels list. The next one is going to be of type integer, and I'm going to call this our vowel positions, and this is where we're going to store all of the positions of where we found each vowel within our string S. And the next thing I'm going to do is start to loop through our string S, and we'll do that with the traditional for loop. And now what I want to do is create a variable. I'm going to call it char c, and it's going to equal our s.char at I, and this variable c is going to represent each character as we loop through in our string S. And now what we want to do is add a really big, long, ugly condition check to see if our new variable, char c, is equal to any vowels. Okay, so now that we have that really long, ugly if condition, so now what we want to do when we loop through and we see that char c does actually equal one of these vowels, then we want to add that to our vowels list. So we just do vowels list.add c. And we also want to make sure that we add the position where we found that vowel at. And what we're going to do there is take our vowel's position and we're going to add the current index, I. So we're done with our for loop, and the 2 things that we've done is we looped through our string S character by character, and we've identified any vowels if they're present. We've added those vowels to our vowel list, and we've also added the position where we found those vowels at to our vowels position list by adding the index. And now what we want to do is we want to take our vowels list and we want to sort it. And to do that, we'll do collections.sort, and we'll pass in our vowels list. Remember that the vowels must be sorted in the non-decreasing order of their ASCII values, and that is essentially what our collections.sort is doing. If we hover over this, to see it sorts the specified list into ascending order, which is non-decreasing order, which is what we're looking for, according to the natural ordering of its elements. So now that our vowels list is sorted, I want to create a char array. I'm going to call it answer, and we're going to do s.toChar array. And this basically creates a char array with every character in our string S being its individual element within our char array. So now that we have our char array answer, we want to begin modifying it. And the first thing that we'll do is loop through our vowels position list. Okay, so now that we're looping through our vowel position list, we want to begin to modify our answer array, remember, which is our string to a char array. And we want to begin to identify each vowel and start changing those according to its ASCII order. And the reason we're looping through our vowel positions list is because, remember, this list contains all the positions where we identified that vowels were in our string S. And As we loop through these positions, we want to change each of these positions according to our sorted vowel list. And to do that, we'll say that our answer equals our vowels positions dot get I, and this will equal our vowels list dot get I. And that is essentially it. If this last line here didn't make sense to you, don't worry, I'm going to walk through it here in 1 second. But the first thing we want to do down here is now we want to return our new string, right? And to do that, we'll say return new string, and we'll pass in our answer char array. Okay, so now I added two system.out print lines to show our vowels list, which is currently sorted. Remember, we first added all the vowels that we found within our string, and then we sorted it. So when I print it, it'll show the sorted version. And I also want to show the vowels position list, and this will give you a better idea of what we're doing on line 21 here. Okay, so you can see down here on the bottom we have our vowels list, and it's sorted according to the non-decreasing order of the ASCII elements, right? Our uppercase letters come first, we have our E and our O, and then our lowercase letters come next, and we have both of our E's. And if you look at our vowel positions, these are all the indexes where we found each of our vowels at, right? So now what we're doing is, as we loop through our vowels position list, right, we're going through each of these indexes one by one. We're changing our answer array, remember, which is our string, to a char array, which is this string here. And we're changing our answer at this index, and the index is going to be the vowel position dot get I, and what that is going to be is 1. So we're changing our answer at index 1 to equal our vowels list, and this is where we get the vowel that we're looking for in the correct order. So we changed our answer to equal vowel position dot get I. So for looping through, we're currently at I is 0, right? And 0 is going to be 1. So at index 1, which is the first vowel, and in our string, it's going to be this E here. We're going to change that to equal our vowels list dot get I, which is index 0, because this is already in order, and that is how we change it to the E here, and it's the uppercase E. So after we loop through each of the vowel positions and change the characters there according to what we get from our sorted vowels list, we end up with the output here, and you can see the vowels are sorted according to their non-decreasing order.